today we got a stop in Pennsylvania, a stop in New Jersey, and then a stop in upstate New York, Schenectady, and then a sleepover, and then we pick up in Long Island tomorrow morning at 8, if all goes well. But I'm not knocking on wood because I'm expecting everything to go well, and I'll keep you apprised. Here again is the beautiful metropolis of Maxitani, Pennsylvania. I was headed along, I should have given you the context, headed along at 55 and suddenly I have to go 35. Like the little tailor, Maxitani defies the larger voice of progress. They need to fix their roads in Maxitani, and then maybe people would drive too fast. I'm about 20 miles away from my second stop in Mud Lake, New Jersey, and as I'm coming through the portion just under I-80 East, coming up to I-80, I've never been through here before, and the light is really nice, and I just thought you should see it. Something. The hills in the distance are really nice. As we come around this corner down here, you'll be able to see the valley and the hills on the edge of it, and the corn and the bucolic pastures and farmhouses. That was a glimpse. Where would you put your house? It's a pretty nice house. Beautiful porches. You'll have to take my word for it. Hope Township. Some sheep in Hope Township. I hope they're okay. Hi, sheep. Again, you'll have to take my word for it. I wonder if Hope Township is a good retirement community. Sure looks like it. No engine braking. Well, if I retire here, I won't need my engine brakes. You didn't hear that, did you? They're a little bit subdued. Freightliner Cascadia. It's not an old school jake brake like black smoke matters. I'll turn it off here as I decelerate down to 35 miles an hour. I put this in here mostly because I don't know if it's a vacation spot or a retirement spot, but it seems like a hallowed spot. So I want to remember it's here. And it's pretty accessible if you're a traveler because it's near Highway 80. You gotta get serious about slowing down. Oh, it is quaint. Hope, New Jersey. Jump State Forest, Hope Junction Antiques. This must be Hope Junction right here. 1769 to 2019.
1 mile ahead, take ramp I-80.
So just down from 80 is this bucolic little place. Deli breakfast specials. Ha! I don't think I could park my truck there in the middle of the street and have a breakfast special, but it would be fun. Nope, no jake brake on. This would be a good place to use it.
Hazard reported ahead.
There's a car stopped in Hope, posing a hazard. Yeah, this is really nice. It's a day cab. Count the axles if you get a chance. Is somebody tailgating, or is that all one truck? Nine axles. That's a Turnpike Double right there. 253s.
I found the result.
Carmen thought I was talking to her. I've heard of Turnpike Triples, but I haven't seen 3 53-foot trailers. It's possible those are 48-foot trailers, but still an impressive amount of truck there, all in one unit. Just had a delightful conversation with the lady in the Pilot who sold me my coffee about politics, about one sports team versus the other, and she laughingly confided that she thought Joe Biden was trash, and then we had to agree that Donald Trump is trash, and that the economy does what the economy wants to do, whether or not a Republican or a Democrat is in charge of it, because the corporations are in charge of it no matter what. I got some feedback from some of my longtime followers of Howl Underground. Glad that I was talking about politics again. Glad that I'm still here. It's funny that the charming lady in the Pilot it was like she was nervous about talking about stuff. She thought the corporate entities would be upset if she talked about politics at work. And we need to stop worrying if we upset the corporate entities. It's time for us to turn over the apple cart. It's time for us to fuck shit up. She said, nobody wants to work now. And I was like, well, why would anybody want to work now? We should all stop working until they give us what we need. Until they stop tying health insurance to our employment. Until they give us a living wage if we work 40 hours a week. We all ought to be able to choose to work 40 hours a week instead of 60 hours a week or 72 hours a week if we feel like it, and still make a living wage. People should work more than 40 hours a week if they really like their job and they really want to work more than that. We fought very hard. If you go back to Howl Underground, I did some history lessons about the labor movement and what it took to get a 40-hour work week. There's no way we should just give that away. And there's no way we should have to have two people in a family working so hard just to make ends meet. If you want to get ahead, that's one thing. But in the 70s, it didn't take that. And things cost more relative to what we get paid now. if we wanted to stop going to work, stop doing our shitty jobs until they give us what we want, that's something we could ask for. That 140-hour a week job, a family of 4 or 5 going, maybe not in opulence, but going on a 40-hour work week. A weekend where you have 2 days to recharge. It's time. It's time to upset the apple cart. It's time to not care if the CIA is listening to us. It's time to fuck shit up. We deserve better, individually and collectively, than we're getting. I'm in Albany, New York this morning, and I was in Schenectady yesterday, my last stop, and then I made it back down to Albany easily, and now I'm headed to Long Island to pick up a load there and then bring it back home to Conestoga, PA, in bucolic Lancaster County, Pennsylvania, where all the Amish people are. The overarching problem is that we believe that we need to find people at the personal level or at the macro level who will treat us well. And then we can believe in ourselves. We just need to keep going until we find decent people, decent politicians, decent corporations who will treat us the way we deserve to be treated. And when they treat us the way we deserve to be treated, we'll start believing in ourselves. And we'll feel healthy and happy based on an external solution. But it doesn't work that way. We can't let other people do the work for us. We can't let other people be responsible for our happiness until we figure out who we are and that we are worthy of good treatment, that we are worthy of respect and love and money and healthcare and all that jazz. Until we figure out that we deserve those things. We don't have to tiptoe, we don't have to apologize. Then we'll never get what we deserve. We have to believe in ourselves first. We have to know our own value first. We can't let other people prop us up in a codependent way. We can't mope around waiting for other people to solve our problems. We can't vote to get our problems solved and let other people do it. We have to shoulder up this burden and do it ourselves. We have to do the internal work first. I have to know who I am without any affirmation or validation from women. In my case, I often looked for their validation as a way to feel good about myself. I'll get the validation, then I'll feel good about myself. And that's the cart before the horse, proverbially speaking. It doesn't work. I've got to get the horse out in front. And I am that horse. I am the one who figures out that I'm worthwhile. And then I just am happy with that. I just go along fulfilled. Not like Jerry Maguire. Like people who need to be with someone to feel good about themselves. Who need that external validation. I'm just okay already. And we as voters, and we should stop being voters, we as citizens should figure out that we're okay and worthwhile and worthy of a living wage for a 40-hour work week. And we should understand extent in our relationships, that we're worthy of not being treated like shit, of not being exploited and taken for granted, not being treated as though we're valuable, not watching, like if you're in the friend zone, not watching the treatment that you deserve going to other people, and then you listening to someone complain about how they're being mistreated. That ain't it, kid. That ain't it, kid. Stand on your own feet. Put your shoulders back, down and back, and you'll find that you're happy without any validation. And then magically, that validation will come anyway after you don't need it anymore. And money comes after you don't feel any lack. When you act as though and realize that you do already have everything, that's when everything starts to come to you. I think if we solve it at the individual level in our personal relationships, that we'll have everything we need then collectively to figure it out with our owners. It all starts at the individual level. I think Ayn Rand would agree with that. And if you're horrified that I'm even mentioning her name, you need to go back and watch. I've done some groundwork to explain where I'm coming from with her. We really do need to stand as individuals first. Libertarians, left or right, need to figure out that liberty is individual first. And we can work together to achieve individual liberty, but that's the goal, as individuals. Everyone doing what they want, not putting their nose in other people's business, not impinging on other people's freedoms. Individually is where it starts. And when we are powerful as individuals and free as individuals, and people get this backwards all the time, especially on the left, then we will have collective freedom. So I think it starts with the way you relate to other people, romantically and in your family, in your friendships, standing on your own 2 feet with your shoulders down and back, individually. And then you'll find that you get what you need as you see other like-minded individuals doing the same thing. And you can stand with them shoulder to shoulder, already free, already expecting to be treated well. And then when you face the oligarchs, they will tremble. And that will be a good day, whether it happens tomorrow, or 100 years from now, or 1,000 years from now, assuming we have any planet left to live on. And the oligarchs haven't all blasted off to other planets and left us here to die. I really think it starts with us as individuals. They are finally starting to load me at 9:56 a.m. I've been here since 6 in the morning. And just a brief aside, I was talking to one of my fellow truckers from Turkey Hill. He came here and they sent him home empty because they didn't actually have a load for him here. I don't know. I'm not blaming anybody. I don't know whose fault that was, but it seems like at every company, like the truck stops, grocery stores, distribution centers, every company has problems with people showing up and with people who are there knowing what the hell they're doing. So there's mass confusion and mass ineptitude and mass lack of productivity, and I think we're in deep doo-doo. I don't know. I mean, it's just anecdotal. It's just what I observe. But I'm out and about, and things look a little bit sketchy to me in terms of how our country is doing at the micro level, at the macro level, and how the whole world is doing. Share your thoughts in the comments if you have any about that topic. Wow, I can't even see the screen with these glasses on. They're very comfortable. The river looks fine today. The corn, the flowers, blue rock, if I could ever see it. I wonder if it even exists, this mythic rock. There you have it, folks. Synchronized spinning.
In 3/4 of a mile, arrive at home, on the right.